Time for some yapping. Okay, peeps who are extremely smart and intelligent, but not at Yu-Gi-Oh! Because he plays Earth Machine, posted a thread here that I was suggested to read. Holy crap, he's yapping! All right, let's go through it. 2025 is going to be one of the best times in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever. Wait, is he serious? Oh, okay. No, let him cook. I am basing this claim off of a few predictions. Stop spamming copium, okay? It is possible. This upcoming ban list, as many others have predicted, will be the slaughter list that we've all speculated and wished would happen throughout 2024. Do you really think that's going to happen? Do you guys think they're going to kill all the current format decks? I feel like they look at the fact that there was 8 unique decks in Top Cut of a YCS and like 16 unique decks total and probably be like, you know what? This looks like people have lots of options. Maybe this is fun. I don't even know anymore. I stopped trying to predict what Konami does with ban lists, say, last year or something. I don't even know anymore. I've no clue what they're playing at, what they're trying to do. We'll see what the next YCS does, which is this weekend. We're gonna watch party, by the way. So yeah, see you guys this weekend, all weekend. That should be fun. But one thing that should be considered and understood is that the ban list hopefully doesn't happen before the YCS. The reason will be this time, I believe, is their goal will be to pave the way for Ryzeal to be the top deck. In terms of power level, I do not find Ryzeal to be stronger than Snake Eye or Yubel in their current capacities. If their goal is make Ryzeal and to a lesser extent Malice the top dogs of the next format, they will need to do this via ban list changes. I think Ryzeal absolutely can be the best deck current format, even without a ban list. It's less powerful, quote-unquote, than Yubel and Snake Eye, but it has a lot of tools available to it, and the consistency of it makes it pretty damn good into the current format, especially people have to play a lot of hand traps. Ryzeal slices through hand traps. Like, they have like a themed circular. Most 2-card combos play through like 2, sometimes 3 hand traps. Ryzeal is going to be a powerful, powerful deck. Is it out this weekend, by the way? Is it live, or is it next week? Please tell me it's this weekend. The YCS is going to be pretty boring if it isn't this weekend. It is this weekend. Okay, Bath Mech, let's go. Thursday? Nice. Jordan, lend me your card so I can do a deck profile. Thank you. If prediction 1 is correct, the best decks will be at a lower power level than the decks we've seen at the top field of 24. This is not me saying Ryzeal bad, nor am I saying that your favorite Dust-On homebrew is finally competitive viable. I don't know, can Dust-Ons play through 3 hand traps? White Dust-On can, provided that, you know what, let's cancel that thought for a second. I'm saying things that which were not competitively viable on a consistent basis against Snake Eye Yubel will be more impactful. Breakers, quick play spell, non-engines, there will still be an established metagame, and I predict Ryzeal will be at the top of that. But what Ryzeal does while sitting at the top allows for more flexibility. Ryzeal and Malice are much more healthier best decks than something like Snake Eye Yubel or Tenpai. Ooh. Is Malice a healthy top deck? Let me tell you, people are going to get very frustrated playing against Malice. For those of you who haven't played against Malice yet, I mean, just go play against Mathmech on Masadu or something. It's not powerful, it's not the best deck, but they're never fun games. Like, they're not fun duels. Anyway, expanding on my point about breakers, my next prediction is that the trend of 20 hand trap deck building will come to an end. People are still going to be playing infinite hand traps if they don't hit the current decks hard enough, which is terrifying to think about. Hand traps alone aren't a silver bullet nor a necessity in having a fighting chance against Ryzeal. This is also proving true in the OCG metagame trends. What even is the best cards to beat Ryzeal? Because I'm not seeing a lot of like Droplet, still backed up by like hand trap, some staples. Like, I don't think there's like a 1-card, like, you know, win the game button against Ryzeal. Player's really good. D-Buyer, of course, going first, yeah. Is evenly matched that good? Maybe if I, evenly matched is always weird. You don't get a battle phase, your opponent still has hand traps. Like, that's always like the hard thing about it. What is this spell card here? Are these all Ryzeal cards, or are these newer cards? Also, bro's playing 1 Slayer. I guess it's just a thrust target. Imperm Droplet, just stop Detonator. 7th Tachyon. What does that practically do? What is that trying to achieve? Is this new? Well, I know it's new, but is it, like, coming for us? Maze of the Master. When the hell are we getting this? Oh, is this the one that lets you use the most broken trap card in the game for galaxies as a hand trap when they get the new support? March? It's not even out for birth. Oh boy. Wow, this is a long time away. Anyway, the above list is a list from Road to the King showcasing only 11 hand traps. I mean, you are missing a lot of important cards here. Half the many of the deck lists in our current format. I think that leaning in on more extenders, engine, and breakers is going to prove more effective in a Ryzeal-led format. And here's where I'm coping. Oh, this is where the coping starts, because we haven't been coping up until this point. Okay, sure. The previous points I feel are very sound. With the next points, I am fully aware that I am huffing from the tinfoil copium tank. D-barrier will be banned on this next ban list. Holy shit, I'm fucking bookmarking this. You see this, peeps? I'm bookmarking. I mean, imagine if this ends up being true. We have to promote him to president of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, he will be him. I'm not saying I disagree. I hope, and I would love for it to be true. I just don't see it happening. D-Barrier has been a long-standing competitive staple on the side deck for months, mostly as a target for some of the... I don't know why. I saw the word target, and I just assumed him as an American suddenly went on a tangent about the competitive, like, supermarket, like, you know, landscape of the USA. I don't know. ADHD, I guess? D-Barrier has been a long-standing competitive staple in the standby deck. I need to get some less caffeine in the morning. Mostly as a target for some of the thrust packages, but later the development to artificially increase the... Sorry, I've read this tweet 5 times. I haven't protested it in my mind. Protested it. Stand up for what you believe in. I love trains. I love trains. I love trains. Sorry. D-Barrier has been a long-standing competitive staple on the side deck for months, true. Mostly as a target for thrust, but lately the development to artificially increase the copies of it via trap trick has also been implemented. Yeah, D-Barrier, good card, noted. If I'm basing my predictions on Konami TCG making... Is this a clan or something? I've never seen Konami written like this. Like, you know, it's like, officially, I think it's like Konami all capital letters. I've never seen this. Making the conscious decision to pave the way for Ryzeal to be the next star of the format, then now is a perfect time to remove the silver bullet that kills it. Does D-Barrier, like, kill Ryzeal? Okay, sure, right. You can't play, obviously, but, I mean, you know, you can hand trap, right? Surely. That's a thing. Like, Branded can still play under D-Barrier, you know, just make SP, right? I've heard that's a combo in Memento, Branded. I made that up. Pseudo performed very poorly in the OCG. Konami will try to create a landscape where that product is worth purchasing. Did it? Source? Why did it perform poorly? Oh, I feel like I remember reading this on Reddit somewhere, which is probably true. Is Dueling Book down? Wait, no! I just like going on this website sometimes because I can now. Who cares? For the cards in that set to be worth purchasing product to get, if you can't change the contents in the set, then you can change the available cards surrounding them. Warning, massive copium levels ahead. What? So he hasn't been having massive copium ahead? Alright, if none of this was hard copium, then what is this gonna be? They will, at long last, ban Shifter. That's another bookmark. Nuclear copium. God, what's the most powerful form of destruction in the world? Is it that humans could theoretically pull off? Is it like harnessing the power of like a black hole and using that as a weapon, potentially? Like a hydrogen bomb multiplied by 10 billion or something. Maybe we could manufacture that. That, but like copium. Black holium. Peeps' farts. Yeah. No, Peeps' fucking takes, apparently. They will at long last ban Shifter. Don't know the number, but it's going on the list. This is the yes. Peeps. He didn't really logically think this through, did he? He didn't, like, consider that Malice is a deck that can play Shifter, which will probably, you know, make it a card that stays on the stays off the Forbidden Limited list. Also, we don't have Maxine the TCG. The closest thing we have is Fualos, and quote-unquote droll to keep the meta in check. Shifter is another one of those cards as well. So I don't really see that being hit. Ryzeal could also play Shifter. So the two new best decks can theoretically play Shifter to beat Graveyard decks, and he thinks it's going to get banned. All right, we don't even need to bookmark this. Actually, we need to bookmark it just to laugh at him in about 2 weeks' time. Or maybe next Monday, I think, is when the cope starts, right, guys? This is a vibes thing. Oh, because we haven't been vibing till now, sure. I feel Konami TCG keeps certain cards legal regardless of their power levels, a means to implement some diversity into the metagame. Shifter was a means to add some extra slices to the pie chart while Snake Eye and Nubel were running the show. That's probably true. I don't agree with their philosophy, but that's not the topic of this thread. Since Ryzeal and Malice are going to run the show and they are unbothered by Shifter, the card is no longer a necessary evil, and Konami can hit the card without sacrificing format balance. Oh, he's having 4D chess here. So because Ryzeal and Malice can play Shifter, they're going to hit it because they actually don't need it, and it doesn't hit them. He's just doing it backwards. He's just working from the end goal. You see? It's it's possible. Conclusion. Even if ports 4 and 6 don't come to fruition, I'm excited for the future of the game. There's much cool stuff coming out, and there's even more stuff that's been released in 24 that's that hasn't really had a chance to shine yet, like Primite. That's not true. Jesse took a $100,000 deck to a regional. So, you know, that deck's viable if anyone here wants to, you know, withdraw a huge bank loan and then go to prison for not paying it off. I want to talk about this differently than like a banlist prediction, but gun to my head forced me to bet my life on some hits. I'd say Ban Os, Barrier, Unicorn. Yes! Closed Heaven. Ugh. Closed Heaven ban? Is that happening? I don't know, man. He sets it for the purpose of changing the overall landscape of the competitive meta when leaving the 24. Os makes it so the fire decks aren't at the top of the field. D-Bar discussed above. Unicorn Banish dominate the cards as an engine. Heaven is a Hail Mary. Thanks for being happy to be leaving the worst year of Yu-Gi-Oh's history in the dust. Yes, I'm saying this was the worst than 2018. At least when you were Gumblar looped, it didn't take as long. Okay. All right. A lot of stuff was broken down here. Basically saying because Ryzeal was the best deck, it's actually the healthiest thing that can come. That can happen to Yu-Gi-Oh! Which, in principle, actually, you know, is kind of not too far off. You know, he kind of cooking there. Am I excited for the TCG upcoming format? No, I don't really play TCG in person anymore because I refuse to justify that price point. But I'm sure for the people who are hardcore competing in the TCG going forward for the next year are probably going to have a great time if you already have the cards, like Fuwalos, for example. And you spent $350 on a pre-order of Malice or Ryzeal. Good luck to you. But for the most part, I think that, yeah, it does actually look exciting. Even this current format, as it might be to play through 3-4 hand traps, sometimes it's kind of fun. I went to locals last week and I had a great time, honestly. Nochi Drago's a great card. I love playing through hand traps with Ritual Beast, you know what I'm saying? So ultimately, I think that this is a decent format right now. Maybe if I play more of it, I'll begin to hate it, but having a quick little taster at the local level, just a little taster, I thought this format was actually kind of decent. So hopefully it can only get better with the release of what is one of the most notoriously annoying types in the game to play against, which is Cybers. So good luck to anyone playing Malice. And yeah, anyway, in conclusion, 2025 could be good. Personally, I don't really feel like I'm going to be super crazy excited about TCG until we get either BA support or the price of your cards come down. Until then, Master Duel is the best. You know, so shout outs to anyone who still plays the minigame known as TCG.